May I borrow your earpiece? This is Scout. Rainbows make me cry. Ugh.
Prepare to attack the enemy's control points.
Get behind me, Doctor! I am fully charged!
You are listening to Control Point, a Team Fortress 2 podcast with Brent Copeland, Eric Fullerton, and Wes Wilson.
Control Point, episode 86, recorded on August 23rd, 2009.
And I'm Brent Copeland.
And I'm Wes Wilson. And I'm Eric Fullerton.
I missed the pirate.
Well, yeah, I
note.
guess they weren't really pirates.
He was doing the 2009.
I missed it.
You know.
I thought he was getting pumped up.
Yeah,
pumped up for the podcast.
Is that what it was?
I'm drinking an energy drink. So.
I forgot my tab today, so I'm drinking Diet Mountain Dew out of Eric's fridge.
I'm going with the Horde Mountain Dew.
Nice.
More on the next podcast.
Man, sometimes, though, I like them both, though. I drink both the Horde and the Alliance Mountain
I won't put that blue stuff anywhere near my mouth.
That's kind of hot.
All right.
I happen to have a briefcase here.
Oh, good. What kind of briefcase? A cool...
It has the intelligence in it.
Excellent.
Good, because we need the
I know, we got none.
Yeah, we have none.
And if I open these... Oh, my God, look at all this great stuff in here. We have a bevy of bumpers.
A bevy?
We have the CPTF2 Stereotype collector cards.
Wow.
We have a hoary host of magical machinima.
Who's the hoary host?
That's awesome.
We have a new CP milestone.
I like milestones.
We have the collected contributions of our community.
Sweet, that's a lot of C's.
Yes, and we have a generous benefactor.
Very cool.
Nice.
All of that in that tiny little box,
Yep.
really?
Yep.
Wow.
You notice I made it illiterate?
You did. Illiterate?
Yep.
Oh, not illiterate. Illiterate.
Yes.
That illiterate?
Yes.
Gotcha.
With an A.
You did a good job with it.
Thanks.
What do you guys think that we should talk about now? Now that we got that out of the way.
I think we should talk about... Okay, I had an experience today on a WoW server. I logged in...
Really, it's okay. Some of them are guys, even though they look like girls.
Okay, let me change that. I meant TF2 server, and I realized I just said WoW. But I logged into a TF2 server today while we were getting ready for this podcast, and it was just... The lag was just there. Like, our systems were great. We're going out... My ping is just fine, but their server was so horribly lagged, and the players on it honestly just sucked as well. I've got to say that honestly, they were all just horrible, and I ended up rage quitting. But I asked them, I said, "Is this a lowpings.net server?" And they said, "No." And I said, "Well, that's your problem." The problem was they aren't on a lowpings.net, which is, I will have to say, a sponsor of the podcast. But we don't just take sponsors lightly; we take sponsors that are good. And lowpings.net will give you a server without the lag. And honestly, players play better on lowpings.net servers.
Mm-hmm. You'll be a better person if you play on lowpings.net servers.
Yeah, it's better than no crit servers. It
will make you a better husband, a better father, a better lover. Yes.
Yes. If you're having problems conceiving, go play on a lowpings.net server, and there's a 99% chance that really won't help.
I love how Brent tried to play off that we'll take any. Man, if anybody threw us money, we'd be like, "Hey, yeah, you can sponsor us, yeah, but we only choose the best, the ones that give us money."
And and if it broke or if it started sucking, we would have to choose a different one, and that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
so
this is true.
So we're not just full of crap here.
Yeah, just
sometimes we are.
With it.
Yeah.
So anyway, status.
Do we have a bumper?
We don't have a bumper for status. But we do have a bumper for a couple other little,
I just was
little
checking,
deals. But yeah,
I was all excited about the bevy.
Yes, the bevy.
Apparently a bevy didn't include status.
It did not.
Just make sure.
Let's go with old Brent first. Good old Brent.
Oh, let's see. I've only played a couple times this week. One was today, and we know how that went already. So we'll get back into that. But I did play 2 Fort at night, which was kind of neat, being able to see 2 Fort in the dark. And I got to say I owned, of course, played pretty much every class. Ended up with a medic. I'm just really enjoying medic lately. And I'm playing it more like an offensive medic. I'm trying to play it like the old days. I'm still healing people, but my number one goal is you're dead, right?
Yeah.
That's my goal, is for you to die. And my secondary goal is to keep my players alive. But sometimes, I'm a pretty smart guy. I know it's better to keep you alive to make them dead, right?
Right.
You're going to make them dead better than I am a lot of times. But there's a part that people don't realize or remember when they're playing medic is when you're healing someone, the longer you're healing somewhere, the slower you actually heal them. So if you drop off healing them every once in a while, you'll actually, when you hit them again, it'll bump them up even faster. So when you're coming up against someone, drop off and start, nailing the guy with the nail gun, and then switch back to healing, and you're going to be doing about the same amount of healing.
Right.
The only thing you're losing is the Uber, I guess. The Uber charge. But anyway, I had a lot of fun doing that. The rest of the week was pretty much all WoW-filled. I'm not afraid to admit it.
Yeah.
So let's throw this over across the table to Eric.
I'll catch it. Okay, so I played some Half Acre Release Candidate 2.
Is that like Wiseacre?
RC2. Now that I say that I played it, now I can't even freaking remember what it was about. It was or what it looked like. It was on CP1. Dang, I don't remember now. I played some King of the Hill though, because sorry, I've had a cold for the last week, so if you hear me coughing and stuff like that, then bear with me. And sniffling as well. Sorry. King of the Hill. I played Sawmill, and this was on some random server because CP1 was full, and I waited. I gave it a good long wait. I waited while I was catching up and reading and watching BlizzCon news.
That's what happens when you get those lowpings.net servers. They just fill up.
They're very popular. So anyway, and frankly, I wanted to play King of the Hill anyway, so I just went down the list and found the first one. That was Sawmill. And of course, everybody is familiar with Sawmill. Before King of the Hill, this was a arena map. And am I right about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you guys are just staring at me, and I'm like,
That's normally how I look at you.
But it's a great map. I love it. And this was really, really fun. I'm going to navel gaze now, and I went straight to the top. And I had a pretty good score, and it was a lot of fun. I was a Pyro, and the other team was pretty good. I think our team wasn't that good. We lost a lot, but anyway, I mean, it was a lot of fun, and it's cool playing King of the Hill. And that was my first time actually playing King of the Hill since the update, and it does feel a lot like the mechanic and the quad, the map that I did 2 years ago or whatever.
That's right.
Sue
them.
And so sue them.
Sue them. Get some money for this podcast, baby.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. I will definitely be seeking out more King of the Hills. There's a King of the Hill map pack we'll be mentioning a little later that I can't wait to dive into that. That's going to be cool. What else? Oh, so I think I am liking the losing team's animations, but I don't really like the Pyros. Just the way he runs, he's like, kind of head up in the air, hands, and it's just kind of, I don't know.
All of them look stupid, though.
It looks a little over the top. Well, that and the Demoman. The Demoman is pretty over the top as well. I think
everybody is. The
heavies is
Scout's
funny.
got that whole finger-wide spread thing,
What'd you say, dinner plate hands?
Yeah.
I kind of have this, like, Sunday morning read the paper cartoons feel to it.
Yeah, it does.
Peanuts and...
And it makes the whole thing just feel so much more silly and more cartoony, which, we already talked about this last week. Of course it's already silly. There's a dude throwing pee on you. But, so I think I'm starting to be cool with it. I just don't really like the Pyro or the Demos one. It's a little over the top. Yeah, that's all. So yeah, that's really about it.
I can't think of one that isn't over the top. You got the heavy going, ooh,
Yeah.
They're all silly.
I wanted to play with you guys. I didn't see you playing. But did you play, Wes?
I played a little bit this week. I was gonna play on some CP1, and then but I wanted to goof around for a little bit, so I went and got on the Prop Hunt server that I've been playing on.
Oh, I looked around for Prop Hunt, and after I looked for a while, I realized that like 2 or 3 people had emailed me servers and like, go here, and I didn't catch it in time. I totally would have tried it out. But so, are you having fun playing that? Or?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's great for silly, fluffy, fun.
Do you like the props or the
I like being the props. I mean, being the Pyro is no fun. It sort of is, but at the same time, the real fun is, I'm a bucket and I'm running across a map and hoping nobody sees the bucket running across the map, or, there's this, and if I'm not mistaken, the mechanic of it picks a random object from the map, and like sometimes you can be a set of stairs.
Wow.
Or
can people actually run up them? Or are they just going to run into you?
They just run into you, and that's the easy way to get caught. And then that's awesome. And then the how much did I talk about this last week? I don't remember right now.
Well, we just kind of mentioned it. I think.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is like you can be a control point. Did I tell you about this? And you can be a control point, so you're running around, you're a control point,
Oh,
that's
I saw
scout.
a video.
And then, but the thing is, this is the deal. The control points in the game are only visible from the top side. So the goal, if you're the control point, is to find the highest point in the map.
Go up.
and you want to get up there, because if people look up, they just won't be able to see you, right? Because they'll see right through you, because there's no.
It's a one-sided polygon or something. Okay.
And then the other thing is, like, periodically you can't find the highest point, so you'll find a high point, and you can also tilt yourself by looking around. So then my goal is to like become the control point and then tilt at an angle and show my butt to the pyros,
Yeah.
So like I'll be going, oh, there's a pyro, oh, you can't see me. Or
that's exploitation.
It is.
Sometimes you can find like you can get items that'll allow you to kind of be a little bit inside the wall. So sometimes I'll try to find a spot that's really, really dark, and then I'll move my polygon kind of into the wall, and so like you might see a little bit of a milk can sticking out of the wall if you look close enough, But it's
which most times you probably won't, because you're running around.
It's a hoot though. It's silly. It's but there's nothing like watching six pyros chasing after a bush that's double jumping from the top of buildings to another.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then the other thing I've been doing is I'm playing a lot of Dice Roll, and I think I told you about this. We're playing on a Dice Roll server that keeps credits, and you can there's a store and you can buy things. But the problem is I've been playing heavy on it, because heavy seems like the easy way when you dice roll something good to do a lot of death. But the problem is I keep forgetting to roll the dice. Like, I'll just get to playing, and then I'll realize I haven't rolled the dice in forever,
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah.
Like, dope, missing out.
Just bind it to your forward key.
You're always just make it so every time I move, it rolls the dice the first chance I get.
Yeah.
The only problem is sometimes you get good stuff. Like, I don't... It's not a good idea to roll the dice the moment you step into fire, because you might go into taunt mode. You'll have 20 seconds of just standing there taunting, Or if you get the drop sentries, all of a sudden you're dead. What you want to do is activate it right before, see what you get. You might even get the 1 hit point thing. Sometimes it takes you down to 1 hit point.
I try to do it like during setup, so hopefully I'll get the no clip.
Oh.
Yeah, we get out there and start working.
That's a good point. No clip's good, because I'll use it to go back to their base, and like we were playing Dust Bowl with the and I got no clip, and I went back and just sat outside their spawn and flew into their spawn and shot them, and so. But that's all I really did this week. I didn't do much other real play. I did silly play.
Just silliness and griefing.
Yes.
Well, that sounds like fun. Sounds like it's time to move on to the next segment that we like to call Johnny's State of the Server. Let's get his status, why don't we?
Yeah, let's do something like that. And let's
his status.
Let's go ahead and cue it up right now.
Let's get that old Johnny. Johnny, are you there? Johnny. Oh, we're having some... Johnny?
What's the state of the server? What's the state of the server? What's the state of the server with Johnny Napalm?
Hey CP, Johnny Napalm here with this week's State of the Servers for the week leading up to episode 86. The only real update for you is that source mod is back on both servers. However, it's the development snapshot. It is from the stable branch, so it should be fine, but if you do run into any problems, please do let me know either via the forums or Twitter. And there are a few things on CP1 that are not working properly. Admins may take note of the fact that the spray tracer plugin is failing to load. I don't know what's going on there, but it's not just us. Other people are having the same problem, so nothing I did. Anyway, that's it, I think, for this week, so get out there and play.
Fast good trip!
That's the state of the server with Johnny Napalm.
That's my favorite part.
Sweet. I know Johnny was pretty sad because we didn't mention this on the last podcast, I don't think, but about our forums, especially one of our users who happened to be also a mod got tricked into giving away his password, and the douche who got the password went onto our forums and deleted a bunch of posts, not to mention every single moderator post, which had all data for everything that the mods use for all the servers and everything. And I know that a lot of it, helps Johnny do his job that he does for us. So he was a little upset about it. And I just want to say that just hackers in general are douchebags. Like, fine, use your tricks to get someone's password. And then tell them, hey, dude, I got your password because you're a moron. You don't have to screw them over afterwards. Yeah. You know what I mean? We just had this happen to someone in our guild in WoW, too. They got hacked. And this is like the third time that someone in our guild's gotten hacked. And I'm just like, you need an authenticator for WoW now. If you don't have one, there's just too much stuff going around. But it just annoys me that there's still people out there that do that kind of crap.
I agree.
So anyway, sorry, Johnny.
Yeah, bringing us down.
So, let's bring us up.
All right.
On the loudspeaker!
On the loudspeaker. Oh, yeah, and we do have a bumper for that. And this comes from Zazie Koro and Xylu's Maid. Wait, no, that's one sentence. Xylu's Maid as a bumper. Xylus? How about Xylas and Zori Koro?
I have no clue.
Zazie Koro.
Oh, God.
What? If I pronounce it 10 different ways, statistically, I get it right once, right? Okay, anyway. Here is the bumper that they sent in.
Zazikoro?
Now that I made a big stink about it. Okay,
Zazikoro and Zalus.
All right.
On the loudspeaker. There's a discussion.
I like that. He's on the loudspeaker when he does it. It's a big, nasty old loudspeaker.
That's just the way they record their audio with some hum in the background.
Wow, that was terrible. That's the worst bumper we've ever had.
If we could get the announcer to actually do those for us, like how much would she charge to do that for our podcast? Do you think? Think it'd be a lot?
Oh, that would be awesome.
But to get her to do bumpers for you, anyway. If anyone knows her, tell her, we got Cheetos and pizza.
Yeah, if she's like your neighbor or your or the lunch
lover
lady or lover, yeah.
Yeah, especially she's your lover.
All right, so let's see. What's the first thing we got here? Oh, this is the TF2 blog. There's been a new TF2 blog post here, and it's about how Team Fortress 2 maps are made. Just a nice little insight, and there's 2 videos that are really cool. It's a little behind-the-scenes video of how a viaduct... Is that how you say it? Or is it viaduct? Is it viaduct?
For Americans, it's viaduct.
Oh, okay. And that is really cool. It's like a time-lapse thing. They show you, the metamorphosis, or the evolution, if you will, of a map being created, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I love the viaduct.
Viaduct. So go ahead and read that post and check it out.
The one cool thing is, did you notice who posted it?
No.
It's was posted by Corey Peters, and that's an anagram for the soldiers. The next update.
Ooh.
So if you go and put that in your anagram solver. Anyway, so what's next?
Here, I wanted to go ahead and play it. This is just for video watchers. This will be edited out of the audio. So all of you guys in the guys and girls in the chat room, this is especially for you.
That'll teach you to touch your computer.
I know.
What the hell?
I think it just got mad at us, but anyway. What are you doing over there?
I'm blowing on your computer.
Oh, okay.
Trying to cool it down a little
Maybe
bit.
it's overheating. Anyway, so I thought that was it's a pretty cool video. I don't know how they made it, because it would have been like taking a snapshot of every single variation of the level being made in its process, and that's a technical feat.
I love that I'm still blowing on your computer, even though I've been sitting up for like 5 minutes now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But anyway, so that was awesome stuff that you can go to the website and look at. So, and they also talked about the Big King pack.
That's a pack of wolves. No, it's a pack of King of the Hill maps, and it's the presentation is actually quite nice. It's done in the TF2 update style, like with the graphic and the long graphicness, and you scroll down and
It's kind of like the Swamp update.
Exactly, yeah.
Map pack update. They're really loving them guys over there. This is at TF2 Maps, right? Or is it a different one?
You know, I think this is a different one. It's actually not on TF2Maps.net, but there are 3 servers that are playing all these maps. It's PoE, Wolf, and T-Fort. 2 Fort, 2 Furious. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 maps.
Yeah, when I first saw this, I thought this was an official TF2 release kind of thing.
Oh, yeah?
And then I saw that they were saying it was running on the Portal of Evil. And I'm like, with all the work we've done to try to get some kind of mention on their, all we had to do was put up the stupid King pack to be, so that makes me feel better.
Yeah, I think maybe one day they'll notice this, or maybe not. I don't really care that much. How about the next?
Not with an attitude like that, sir.
The next one here. This is another thing they mentioned in this post. This is a video. This is the GIGN TF2 top 10 frags. And this is narrated by a very depressed German man.
Awesome.
Have you heard it, though?
No.
Have you watched it? It's really funny. The guy is actually a very, very unique but entertaining narrator as he narrates the ways that people are getting killed. Some of the kills are massive failures. Some are just funny. Some are actually pretty talented, very technically skilled. It's just the top 10 most entertaining kills, and it's definitely worth a watch.
Okay, so Valve, are they out in California?
They're in Seattle.
Seattle. Okay, that's a little far.
Is that right? Chat room? Am I
Somewhere
right
out
about
west.
that? I believe they are.
I guess it's the other company, Mythic, that was up East Coast, right?
Yes, Mythic is East Coast.
Right.
See, if Valve is Mythic or if they're East Coast, I'm going to say, let's just take a weekend drive up there and just show up. Show up with bats. I mean,
bats.
With microphones.
Yeah.
And do a podcast right on their lawn.
That'd be awesome.
And when I mean lawn, I mean beat them over the head with bats and then call them lawn.
Yeah, we should do that. We should plan on that.
Okay, so TF2 Stereotypes. This is a question that Eric's been wanting answered for like months, I think, right?
Yeah, we keep putting it off because, silly things like
real
updates,
content,
keep getting in our way.
Updates and us not doing a podcast and CPCon Jr. and
yeah, that's right.
Important stuff is what you're saying.
We got a bunch of responses from this. It's basically a feature just saying, what's your TF2 stereotype, and there's a lot of them out there. Slaughtermelon says people who play Sniper are kids who played CS and COD.
I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that because I think much of maybe I just never played on any of the Counter-Strike games where sniping was really, as important. I thought it was a heavy movement game, a non-camper game. I could be wrong about that, but
whenever I'm playing Call of Duty, the only time I ever stay alive for more than 2 seconds is when I'm sniping. Because otherwise you walk 2 feet and someone shoots you, and it's usually a sniper.
Never played COD.
What, really? Not even the single players?
Nope.
Oh, man.
Nope, never played a single one of them.
Play the single players. They're so good. Okay, next.
Wah, wah, wah.
Quake players equals soldier players. I could see the relationship there with the rocket jumping and stuff.
Yeah, and this also goes back to TF1, which was in Quake days. That was how you knew if you were about to get owned by another clan. I mean, we did a lot of clan matches back then. They would basically have a sniper, an engineer, and a Demoman on defense, and everybody else was a soldier. Like, your offense was soldiers. They didn't have medics. Every once in a while you'd get a scout, but no, it was usually 6 soldiers would walk into your base, kill you, and take your flag, and go home. That's all they needed.
Rape your mother and steal your car.
Yeah, basically.
Kill your dog.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one here is, I think, probably the biggest stereotype that we hear a lot, and you'll probably hear a lot here on the show.
Press mouse 1, press mouse 1. Keep your finger on the W key.
This is Pyro equals no skill. That's a no-brainer. It's pretty obvious. You can run around spraying your fire all over the place, and you don't need any skill to really play the Pyro. Is a good stereotype. I don't agree with it being. I mean, there are definitely. We won't get into it. Actually, we probably will because there's probably 10 times that this gets mentioned. The fan, the Force of Nature Scout equals griefer noob.
Noob? Really? With a fan?
That's true.
They just run around bouncing people around. Just annoying people.
Oh. Not anymore. New changes.
Yeah.
So, number 5, Mario Kart / Fun Maps equal no skill players or CP After Dark. So,
true.
Does that mean CP After Dark, everybody who plays that is no skill?
Well, usually.
They're just going to say,
their skill has been chemically sapped from them.
Yeah, we need to test that. Number 6, Steam Forum poster equal complainer.
There's a lot of complaining going on in the Steam Forum.
That's kind of a stereotype of pretty much any
official
forum. Yeah, official. Because where do you go to complain if you know your emails? You think it's not getting read, right? Because they don't answer you. Where's the next place? Well, you go to their forums and you join on the complain train with everybody else and start yelling. And
that's true. We don't have a lot of complaining on our forums because Valve doesn't read our forums.
Right, which is a good thing, right? Yeah. Like other games, there's been other games where they didn't have official forums but used other people's forums and kind of went and answered questions there. Well, they got all the complaints on their forums, and I'm sure their admins even get so much mail, like private messages, hey, why is your game sucking? And they're like, it's not the game! Yeah. Anyway, so.
They're probably like us and just send all of their mail straight to the spam folder.
Probably. This one's for you.
The next, I'm going to read the two together because they both are equals noob.
Okay.
Demoman, Sticky Camper, and Crits. Demoman, Sticky Camper, yeah. I mean, that's an easy thing to do. Put a bunch of stickies down in an important place and then wait to blow them up.
Yeah.
I don't think most noobs want to play that way. That's a lot of patience and not being in the battle.
Yeah, and you don't have that flame going.
Yeah, and you don't press mouse 1. But then the next one is crits equals new. I disagree. I think lots of people enjoy crits.
There's been so many discussions on crits, and it seems like a lot of people think the longer or more that someone's played, the less likely it is they like crits.
Yeah.
But I think that's a discussion all for a podcast in itself.
True.
Here's one for you, Eric. Number 9.
Number 9. The Pyro is female. I don't know if that's really stereotype. That's more like fact. Actually, right now it's speculation, but I think it's always been a female.
So do you think they're saying the class itself, or do you think they're saying the people who play the class?
It doesn't sound like people who play the class, but maybe that's what he's trying to say.
No, he's saying.
I gotta say though, is it just me, or does it seem like
most girls play Pyro?
A lot of females that have joined our servers have started off playing Pyro. It seemed like. Yeah,
I see that. You know, a popular stereotype would be girls play medics, but I see like what you're saying. I see them playing Pyro.
And maybe I'm just thinking back to Nico and her laughter and.
You know, I see girls play Pyro and Engie more than I see them playing medic.
Yeah, I see a lot of female Engies too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's that when you do get that Pyro rush where you go in the middle of something and catch everything in the world on fire. I think it just makes it makes you want to do the Tusken Raider thing, you know. And I think that's easy to latch onto, and I think a lot of the women get in there and like, yeah, burned everything, woo!
Yeah.
Okay, so number 10. Ooh, you have a gun in your hand. You're an FPS player. You're a mindless button mashing killer.
I have no idea what this is
Refer
talking
to
about.
Dynamic Action Team, Episode 1.
Oh yeah, Dynamic Action Team.
I don't even know what that is.
Remember those guys? The chopping wood and all that?
That was them?
I think so.
Oh.
Man, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
That was
but
a good show.
I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Liking random drop system equals MMO players, noob.
And I'm going to have to completely disagree with this.
Yeah.
Because I am a huge MMO player, and I completely hate the random drop system.
Yeah, same here.
So, those don't go hand in hand. I understand where they're getting the reference to, but I think it's kind of like if I play an MMO, I expect that.
Yeah.
If I play an FPS, I don't expect that. And I don't want it. So, number 12? Wesley?
Valve Hearts Red. Well, yeah.
That's true. Who doesn't?
Did you see that someone on, I think it was the Valve forums, someone repainted the blue startup screen?
No.
They recolored it to red, and it looks real. It looks naturally red. They did a really good job, but, I don't think
that's hilarious.
That's not really called for, though. Come on. Blue represents
13 hats.
Hats equals leet.
Leet.
Or 1,337.
Leet.
That's not really a stereotype.
I don't really look at. I don't look at hats as being something that is earned by good players. Hats to me are something that's randomly drawn from a hat, maybe.
Leet.
Which
I still haven't gotten.
I haven't gotten one either.
Okay, I want to mention something real quick.
You got a hat?
No, I don't have a hat yet. But I got someone sent us an email that I don't want to say who it is, and I don't want to say how to do it or anything, but I think it's an exploit. It's got to be, right? It's here's an IP address. Go here, and then type in this, and then you can choose from a hat, and you can put it in your whatever, in your slots and all.
And then they go delete posts from our forums?
And I'm like, well, but it was an IP address. It was just like, go here and type in this command. If you don't have a hat, here's an easy way to go and get some.
Wow.
And but the thing is, it was like, and any hat can go anywhere. Like the heavy can have the fro, and like anybody can wear any hat. So I'm like, that's not even like.
Well, let's try it out.
Legit.
Let's try it out. Do we have the IP?
You want to try it out?
I'll try it out right now.
Okay.
I'll screw up my account.
All right.
Somebody wants to get a new one.
Yeah, he totally gave us the IP.
Someone make me not an admin from the forums.
Well, I don't know how they would. It's kind of like you go to a achievement server.
Right. Oh, do I need to be logged into WoW?
Yeah.
I mean to TF2.
Yeah, it's a TF2 thing. So you go
that'll
there.
take too long to get it on this computer and stuff.
So should we try this and just see what happens and talk about it next week?
I'm not going to do it.
I'll try.
See, I'm afraid to do it too because I'm like.
Because I want to get the heavy Russian hat on the soldier.
Well, you're going to end up on M Sleeper's list or something.
Screw it. I don't care. It's probably a server, right?
See, I don't know whose server it is, but okay, we'll do that and we'll report next week. But I definitely, if you want to do it, I definitely want to.
We'll do it right after the podcast. Yeah.
Okay.
So stick around if you're in the chat. If we haven't mentioned before, we do chat every Sunday when we record live at deadworkers.com/live. And you'll get to see things like this. After the show, we'll stay on the air while I try this exploit and see if I can get my account banned.
Nice. Okay.
So next.
That sounds good. All right, so this is high girly voice equals 10-year-old equals annoying little kid equals noob. This is kind of getting away from
this isn't stereotypes about TF2. That's just junk.
Let's go into this next one. This one might be good. From Liquid Cool 81. You want to do this one, Brett?
Sure. I hate the stereotype of the Pyro being a female. He's clearly a dude. Okay. I don't know about clearly. I mean, there is a lot of evidence supporting it, right? Where's the opposite evidence supporting he's a male?
Yeah. I mean, there's purse, there's all this stuff, and I don't know.
Anyway, okay. Valve likes red. It's a true stereotype. Who doesn't like red? True? True, Dad?
Yeah.
I don't like red.
I don't either, but true.
It's a stereotype that the heavy is the medic's best friend.
They don't like each other at all.
I've got to say, playing medic, I hate being with the heavy.
Really?
I hate it. It slows me down. I want to get up in the action.
Yeah.
Where I'm shooting people, and the heavy's just... I'm like, catch up to me. I won't run with him. I'll heal him as I'm passing him, then I'll catch up to him. Right. And so when he gets back in the line, sure, I'll pop back over to him. But, I don't really like him Ubering him. I mean, if I'm going in for sentries, I kind of like a Demoman or a Pyro.
Yeah.
Especially once you if you know how to lead a sentry gun away from whoever you're Ubering, it becomes a piece of cake, and anybody can take it down with a bat if they want to. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so we got an email from Korn, or is this more?
This is more.
Wow, we got a lot of stereotypes.
Okay, people that play Scout are skilled players with great accuracy. I think that it's fair that they are twitchier players. I think it's very difficult for a non-twitch-oriented person to play the Scout. Soldier, decent players with good anticipation. I think the Soldier is a lot more about knowing what people are going to be doing, where they're going to be in the future.
Okay, anticipation, I guess that's what that means.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, yeah.
Pyro, noobs that use the press mouse 1, and hold your finger on the W key.
Yes, that was an easy one.
Yeah. Demoman, skilled player with good patience. I know there are a lot of noob Demoman. A lot.
Yeah.
Heavy beginner player who wants to feel important. I don't agree. I think there are a lot of really sophisticated heavy players. I think heavy is a difficult class to play in that you're sniper bait. You really are going to be at the mercy of the rest of your team playing well.
I really think this is actually kind of a different list than a stereotype. Like a stereotype to me is kind of like, the generalization that's just kind of first thing you kind of think of about it. And this to me is a list where someone's kind of sat down and thought about each one and really kind of gone deeper than a stereotype.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you've said it right. These are actually more of a comparison.
Yeah.
But, I guess it was a hard question to ask people, Give me a stereotype. I guess it's...
Yeah, no, I think it's fine. It's fine list. I just think it came from a different place.
But anyway, snipers are skilled players who have a fetish for shooting people in the head. I think, to me, snipers are griefers. The same people who like to do griefing like to snipe. Because basically what it is I'm shutting you down.
Yeah.
You don't get to play. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've been trying to do a little more sniper lately, and it's tough because it's like the first 5 minutes I play, I'm like horrible at it. Like it's just like so many misses, like when I should not be missing someone because I'm just going for that head kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then once you get into it, it's a different game. It's like it's a duck hunt.
Yeah.
You know, and it's enjoyable for what it is, but it's a different game. Yeah. Now that would be awesome if a dog like popped up off a 242 with like 2 other snipers in his hand. That would be cool.
And then medic is a bad TF2 player who wants to feel useful. Thanks. That's my number 2 class. I hate you very much, Corn. Spy, okay player that contributes nothing except the occasional backstab every once in a while. I think that spy players are a mixture of
griefers,
of noobs and really good players. Like I think that spy gives some people the ability to play the game without actually engaging the other side.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a comparison with being a noob. I think that's...
Well, I think that a lot of times there are certain kinds of people who like to play it, and some of those sort of noobish players like to play spy because it keeps them out of actual combat.
I think it's just they're antisocial, don't like talking with other people, and
Yeah.
don't want to deal with... They don't want to play this team game. They want to play their little solo game, and they're not good at sniper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Which may not be true. I mean, we may have
these are
some spies that are great
stereotypes.
snipers, too.
We'll get a lot of...
I got to disagree about the medic one for sure, though, because I think medic, a lot of times you get basically your leaders, right? The ones who are sick of like, man, we don't have any medics, so I'm going to take one for the team and be the medic.
Yeah.
You know, and that takes a little bit of leadership and knowing that you need that.
And keeping yourself alive to get that Uber is not easy, you know? I mean, anybody can run around just following somebody and keeping them overhealed. I mean, anybody can do that. But if you're actually going to like help stage the next push, you know, with the Ubers to take out that's not an easy task.
Yeah, no, you keep your gun on your heavy the whole time, and you're just basically easy fodder for scouts and pyros who see an easy kill. You need to be able to turn around and stab him in the face with your hatchet.
Hatchet.
So, who wants to do this next bunch?
I think we're pretty good for this episode, right? We should probably just move on to...
Well, okay, let's go through and see if there's any new ones here, maybe? This is from Pancake Walrus.
I think you can skip number 1.
New players tend to play as the Pyro, not a girl.
Okay, while you're looking at that list, here's one from Fight the Foo 22. All scouts are played by Bostonian teenagers with annoying high-pitched, prepubescent voices like myself. Also, Eric, I'm disappointed in you. Who doesn't know who Megan Fox is? Every Eric does not know who Megan Fox is.
I don't know. Megan Fox is in some movies that I've never seen, and shows, and I don't know.
Dude, her last name's Fox. Like, isn't that all you need?
Yeah.
You know, actually, since that episode, now I've been seeing her, hearing about her or whatever, but yeah, you know, who cares? I'm not really one to follow celebs and stuff. How about younger players will favor the engineer over the other classes due to his likeliness to little kids shows like Bob the Builder or Toys and Construction Workers?
That goes along with the CP Veltrans. The pyro players are pyromaniacal people who set fires everywhere.
All right.
And soldiers are angry people who hate unmanly things.
FMG Minstrel put in Backburner is for noobs, Flamethrower is for pros. And she says, I'm personally sick of this stereotype. Pyro is my predominant class with almost 90 hours and constantly changing my layout to fit the current situation. I hate hearing BB is for noobs. The Backburner's hitbox is actually minuscule compared to backstabs. I don't ever hear about face burns or face crits from BB Pyro, but I perpetually hear about and receive face stabs. According to the TF2 wiki, the Backburner registers up to approximately a 45-degree angle to the back of someone's left and right, so roughly a 90-degree angle centered around where they are behind where they are facing. This is significantly less than the spy's backstab range, which appears to be any angle in the 160 degrees behind where the player is looking. The Flamethrower's Completion Blast takes a while to master, which leads to Flamethrower is for pros some credibility. However, without the guaranteed crit, Flamethrower often leads to mad rushes and W plus M1 Pyro syndrome.
Good point.
Most new Pyros, read new players, not noobs, seem to think that the compression blasts make them impervious to damage if they use CB at all. Most of the enemy pyros I encounter must either use Mac or not realize that they have a mouse 2 button.
Nice.
So I'm sick of being typecast that way. Blah blah blah. So,
Okay, I gotta say one thing about this is, I play this game for enjoyment. I'm not a pro, and I just crits make me giggle, and with a backburner on someone's back, I giggle a lot.
Yeah.
Giggle.
So we got a bumper, I bet, for this next section, don't we, Eric?
We do, yeah, and it's pretty scary, just like the last one. Ready?
Holy God Almighty! Oh
Okay,
my
see,
God.
now I've got to
What?
go back and say the last bumper sucked, because I thought that was like for
Yeah.
how it was supposed to sound with the loudspeaker. But apparently this was the loudspeaker, too.
Are we just out to ruin the people who are listening to this on their heavy bass systems?
Sorry about your high-end headphones that we just shattered, but
So thanks for the work, but epic fail. Thank you. So listener contributions.
okay. Yes,
Wow, there's a lot of them.
listener contribution.
Why are there so many in here?
Because we get a lot. I don't know. Oh,
And because our screener is editing this on the fly as well.
Okay. So let's get cracking. Jacking.
Well, okay. Well, why don't you go with the first one then, Eric?
All right. This one here is has been edited strangely. This says it's an image. This is oh, right. Okay. This is an image from Shadow Mage. This is a nice little tutorial on how to bind the voice commands to keys, like the numpad or keys that you don't actually use for anything else. This is really nice. I like it a lot.
I like seeing images that show you stuff like this, because you can print it out and just put it up next to your machine or something.
Yeah, exactly. And he made it using like TF2 looking art, and it's very complete and it looks good. And Shadow Mage did a good job on it, so we'll link to that.
Nice job.
Oh, actually, he had a long email, but just the gist of it was sometimes he doesn't even use his microphone. He just likes to use the voice commands. Like medic, spy, need a dispenser here, so that's probably why he's like a genius in
I would really like it if, like, for instance, I love the voice responses in Left 4 Dead because they kind of let you know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I wish that more people when they used the voice commands in TF2, they were using them for the real reasons as opposed to just say random stuff,
Yeah, because at this point I've shut those out.
Yeah.
Like if I hear spy or whatever, completely ignore. If it does not come from a human's voice.
That's a good point. And I don't think we've really talked about that lately. But the voice emotes and stuff, they don't work anymore. They don't work.
Yeah.
For me, they're just.
And I agree. Yeah. It would be nice if they did, like, somehow. And it's almost like a metagame, right?
Yeah.
If you said the right thing when that right thing was happening, and it. And you said it, then it actually says it for your team. It's almost like a bonus for saying there's a spy because you did see a spy. Now, I guess you could abuse that by spamming spy, but I'm sure they could put in a control that says, hey, you don't get it if you hit it 10 times in a row.
Because as an engineer, I really don't know where people need dispensers. Wow, it took you a long time to laugh at that, Brent. I was going, come on.
It felt kind of painful.
And honestly,
it's like, it's a sniper. I actually don't know who I should shoot.
And if you hear a scout saying, "I need a dispenser here," the first thing I do is I think it's funny.
I think back to that video. Right?
I think it's funny, and then I ignore it, and I just I do whatever I'm doing. I don't actually put a dispenser there. Yeah, so.
Yeah, even the heavy one, that one's getting funny too. Put dispenser here. Put dispenser here.
Yeah. And if they really want a dispenser, they'll say it into the mic.
Yes.
Okay. Next.
I'll read this one because I see my name in here, and I already see it's way too long. So I'm going to paraphrase. Hello, valuable crew of the Control Point podcast. Daladar here. Although I'd like to make a detailed email about the subject, I'm about to ask a question of you two. I know Brent isn't appreciative of drawn-out emails, so I'll try to cut to chase.
I called you out.
And that's fine. It's already too long. I'm like ready to skip it. But when you're playing TF2 and you have another player with you, do you like having an aggressive or supportive player helping you? And he goes along to kind of describe why, but I think
My main thing is I want someone who will make up for all my weaknesses. Is that too much to ask?
Okay.
No. No, you don't have that many weaknesses, so I think that's perfectly fine.
If I'm playing, if I'm playing a medic, what I want is that heavy that knows how to, that heavy or that pyro who knows how to move. The real key is if I can get a pyro that can stay. Pyros to me are like ADD. When especially when you get a random pyro, like let's say I get an Uber and there's some stuff we want to go kill. I'm like, come on, let's go pyro. And periodically, like I'll be following the pyro, and then I'll see the sentry, and I'll start going towards it, trying to get in front to block the bullet so the pyro can get closer. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I'll look around and the pyro won't be there because he's gone off randomly. It's seen a shiny in
they're
some
cats.
Yeah,
pyros are cats, right? They're running along, and then they see that back, and they're like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go over here and mess with this for a second, and then medic's dead.
Yeah.
So
I think you nailed it.
Yep.
I think it depends on the situation. Another player with me, usually I think of then I must be a medic. Because normally I know you're supposed to group up with people and go stuff, but usually I do that and it gets me killed, so I don't normally. Does that sound wrong? Yeah. Anyway, so good question. He ends up saying, adoring the podcast full-heartedly since episode 1, Daladar. P.S. Let L4D drink, and I've annoyed my coworkers to near insanity by continuously saying potato in an Irish accent for hours on end.
Potato.
I can't do it, so I'm not even trying.
Potato.
All right, that's good stuff. Thanks,
it's much funnier now that I know the reason that potato is around. I didn't know before. I just thought you people were weird.
Yeah. Is there really a reason?
Yeah, it was the whole explanation of how to do the accent right.
Yeah, that's the reason. That's right.
You start way up high.
Potato.
Start up high and you go down low. All right, Nathan Wood emails us and says, you talked about it on your last podcast, and I would like to point out that Valve does not have any documentation or an API on connecting the chat servers. Okay, that was in response to us talking about an iPhone app and saying, hey, why can't you connect to Steam people and talk to them and all this good stuff? Well, and like you guys were explaining, basically that you're just kind of it's like a hack. It's like all the functionality that you have on Steam's website.
Yes.
You can see your friends. You can see what they're playing. You can't join them.
Well, it's the same functionality as like on ICQ, or some of these other things. You can have little markers that say I'm online, and there are these flags that can be set, but you don't have interactive.
Right. And kind of like our website or our forums.
Yeah. And I gotta say they need to really look at what Blizzard is doing with Battle.net.
Ooh, yeah.
And they need to follow suit with a lot of things. They can get a lot of good ideas from that.
I actually am really surprised that more stuff hasn't been implemented on Steam, considering, because a lot of the stuff Blizzard was talking about at BlizzCon was totally rational. It's like, why haven't they been doing that?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So we're not going to go into that on this podcast, but if you stay tuned for the World a while later, we probably will.
Yeah. Our next email is from the Flaming Menace. Hello, Control Point. Menace here. With the community reaching 3,000 members.
Oh, my mama.
Which, by the way, our community reached 3,000 members.
That is awesome.
I thought we should celebrate with a community-made avatar mosaic wallpapers. To the end, I started a thread on our forums titled CP3K Wallpaper Bonanza. Posted there are the avatar pack containing all of our 3,000 avatars with links to programs for easy mosaic making and such examples. I also have an epicish idea for a wallpaper, but need some community help. I need a list of our celebrities and generally known people. Everyone is welcome to contribute to the thread with a list of people who think they are well known in the community. We already got 24 names, but I would like at least 50, so post anyone you think people will recognize. Stay warm, the Flaming Menace. P.S. Did you ever get my audio bumpers spam folder, maybe?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Were those the ones we heard today? Please.
Wait, no. Actually, I emailed him and said that no, I never got him. So send him again. Sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, that's cool. The CP3K wallpaper bonanza.
And these are awesome. I printed out one of the Boom Rockers logo right away, and it's on my cubicle wall.
Oh, sweet.
Of the logos.
And it's made of all of our little icons?
It may not be... Oh, well, yes, the avatar like you see in game.
Yeah.
It's this right here. But there's a lot of, question marks because there's a lot of people in the community that don't have an avatar, so those kind of make up the black and white areas.
Yeah.
And one of the guys I work with, JMR777, we could not find his in there at all. So I don't know if it's missing.
I'm assuming it's picking the ones that match the colors the best. Whether or not they're they use all the...
I think it's supposed to use them all. What it does with the colors that don't match anything, it kind of puts them into the area where maybe it would be solid black, but it's not detailed.
Yeah.
So it's just it all meshes together and doesn't really look like any color.
Oh.
If that makes sense. You just have to take a look at it and you'll see what I'm talking about there. But the other thing is for the well-known people, if you go to the TF2 wiki and look on there, there's a good start. And I would say if you think you're one of those, go ahead and add your name to the list and why you think so, and someone else I'm sure will come in behind you and remove you if you were wrong. So that's just a place to start, and maybe it would make it easier.
I guess we're talking about people that contribute to the show a lot and get their name said on the show. I guess that's a celebrity.
Or something.
Oh, wow, those are really cool. But there is no way that is 3,000 icons.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, count up and down and do some math.
Yeah, count them right now. Ready? What's next on this crazy show? Email. Are you counting over there? Is that what's happening?
I was counting in my head.
Oh. Doomcough?
Are you reading this one, Eric?
Sure. Email from Doomcough. Hello, Control Point. Dedicated listener, first-time emailer here. I would like to bring to your attention a new movement recently called the 1010 Project. We are a group of 360-based TF2 players working to get more information regarding the lack of content being given to the TF2 360 community. Our simple goal is to create as much of a movement as strong as we can get, as widely viewed as we can get, and blah blah blah, and it really needs to be heard. Basically, the goal of this thing is to get a 360, an Xbox 360 blog post, or only only a 360 blog, that's it, because the blog that we have now is pretty much a PC based one, but they want this blog by 10/10/09. So what's that? October 10th?
Yeah.
2009. So that's it, nothing more, nothing less, even if it says we don't get an update until another year. I know this topic has been brought up multiple times on the show, but this is the first time there has been an organized movement working together to get the information we deserve, and we would really appreciate your support and your opinion on what we are doing. Best regards, keep up the good work. Love, from Doomcough. And he gives us a link to a thread to where the movement began. This is on Steam forums. And so that's pretty cool. It's kind of like we're voicing a petition here or something, but basically I'm totally there too. They don't really give their 360 people or audience the love that they give the PC people. Probably because there's less, I understand. But still, if you only play this game on 360, then you're probably in the dark most of the time. And if you listen to this show, and I know a lot of 360 players listen to this show, you're also in the dark because, what do we talk about? PC stuff. And, if I see some 360 news, I'll throw it in the show notes and we'll talk about it. But without a 360 only blog type thing, then we don't get that news either. So anyway, I don't see any problem with it.
Yeah.
And you guys are still counting to 3,000 of them?
No. I've got one of the old ones. I think
Okay.
in that form there's a bunch of them, and I think the top ones are the 3,000. I think the one I printed out was when we were at 2115.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Why don't you read this next one? The email from Dr. Brent.
This is an email from Dr. Manhattan. Hey guys, Dr. Manhattan here. I assume most of the CP community has video-capable devices. Today, I rewatched episode 84 on YouTube today, and I thought that it was really good. Even if it is a recording of the live show, I still think it's great and has an amazing intro. Since you already record the footage, why don't you throw it up on iTunes as a video podcast? It would be really great to watch, and maybe you could add some little tidbits like a relevant image or video if you want to. If you read this by episode 100, here's to another 100 episodes of great podcasting. Adam Lynch / Dr. Manhattan.
I'm glad that got posted in here. Because, I mean, that's not the first email we've gotten about, doing a vidcast, yeah. And
Now, the key here is it a bandwidth thing? Do we not want to suck up the bandwidth?
Not at all.
It's a kind of a part of Ustream. It does it automatically, uploads it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can later go back and get the video, and we could do that. It's just more work.
Yeah, that's really the thing. It's the effort involved. It's basically like, do we all of a sudden open a new stream saying from here on out we're gonna start putting videos on this stream?
One more thing is quality. It's really YouTube quality is what it gets up there. It's decent. It's not the best in the world. We are going to do video podcasts in the future, but we will be doing those correctly when we do, and they will be good video quality.
Could we just toss our YouTube channel up as a feed, and anything that we do video wise that goes to YouTube, can we just toss it onto a feed?
That's a good question.
I don't know. It's something that YouTube needs.
I don't think so, because they would have to re-encode it a different way. Right now it's Flash, and you can't download a Flash video to your iPod.
Yeah.
But that would be a third-party server, some sort of a service. Doesn't sound like it'd be a free service, but I don't know. But just like Brent said, we're not at that point yet. Our YouTube videos are just not the quality that we really want yet. So, and actually our videos, it has a trial version of VidBlaster up in the top right because we haven't paid for the software, and we're waiting on more video hardware, and anyway, so we're just not at the point yet. So when we do, it'll be full-fledged and it'll be like big and awesome. But until then, just check us out on YouTube.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can subscribe on YouTube too, so it'll.
Yeah. The second a video goes up, instantly there's 50 watchers and there's like 4 or 5 comments. So people are being alerted instantly. Obviously when they post. So
when it goes up.
So the last email that we have today is from Johnny Napalm. It says, now that all those cool things regarding character model animation have been released as part of the SDK, Eric, does that mean that the machinima you guys mentioned in episode 4, 10, 18, and 26, and I asked about in number 45, will finally get finished?
No. I'll be honest with you. Absolutely not.
I have attempted to revive this project several times with Eric, and it has failed. I do not have the technical expertise to do it. I'm willing to help. Eric is the one who needs to take the lead, and Eric does not want to. So that's why I'm throwing it at Eric's feet like a dead bird with a cat drug in.
Yeah. I don't want him to either. It's so time intensive.
It is.
What it goes along with it.
In the place of doing this one little piece of machinima, we could do another big special, like we did episode 50. And please, if you haven't heard episode 50 yet, go back and listen to episode 50. And listen to 69 and then 50. Anyway, in the time that it takes to make this video, we could pump out a huge episode. We could do probably 6 new TF2 parody songs. We could do a really cool CP behind the scenes video documentary.
A machinima gets way more attention than our TF2 parody stuff.
I don't know about that. I think
we have 100,000 views on YouTube of some of our songs,
Yeah.
Even on the Cream Fortress thing.
Yeah, but that's a song. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I know.
I know a lot of people
A piece
started...
of machinima would get millions of hits on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, you can always just throw
Imagine
a song up
the
with
kind of pop, the
like
kind of
Dust Bowl, like
exposure we would get.
Like our Christmas songs. That got a lot of exposure. That wasn't machinima.
But still, it's gotten a couple 100,000 hits over 2.5 years. Whereas if we were to put up a piece of machinima, the amount of attention we would get would be millions of hits in a week.
Really?
Yeah.
How many hits do you think Ignis Solis has?
I bet that Ignis Solis has a lot more hits on their site.
But on their YouTube video?
That's just their YouTube video. I bet that they have a couple 100,000 views.
They have 400,000 views.
Yeah. So imagine that. Now divide that. When I first saw it on Vimeo because they had better resolution. And then they've got downloads from their official site.
FYI, I'm Spy only has 808,000.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, that was a biggie.
Just telling you.
Anyway.
Disbelieve me all you will, but I think we would get a big boost out of doing that.
I'm just saying, my heart is more in like CP related content and making the show better than it is on a spin-off type of project. You know what I mean? So that's my answer. I would do it if I wasn't working currently on a big CP project, which I definitely am right now.
Whoa! Let that cat out of the bag.
Something out, didn't I? Well, I
Did y'all hear that?
I should say we
well,
are
then, okay, Eric, I'll do you this.
Not just me.
Put me together a shot list.
A shot list?
Yeah.
And then you go and do it?
I'll film it.
And then
all you got to do is edit it.
Hey, that's
I got it
cool.
for you. Go back and listen to episode 50. There's your shot list.
Yeah, film episode 50.
Yeah, that's going to work.
Yeah, some master machinimator out there, if you could go and whip up an episode 50 with...
that would be awesome.
I'm already working with someone on this.
You are?
Yeah.
Really?
It's private, though. I'm not telling you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Really?
That's why it's private.
Oh, okay. I don't even know. Let's go. You want to go? You want to leave? You want to check out Player of the Week?
Don't we have some surveillance?
Yeah.
We just went through that. That was surveillance.
Nuh-uh.
That's after...
God, come on!
What are you talking about?
Overtime! Too much stuff.
Player of the Week is Dextrous.
Dextrous. We love you, man.
Dextrous was very, very generous, and he donated to the DWP. Thank you very much. That is going to our video gear so that we can actually gear up and do proper video podcasts like we just got finished talking about. So thank you very much, Dextrous. And, well, you, sir, are the Player of the Week.
Yes. And please, if you enjoyed the show, consider donating.
Yeah, you too could be Player of the Week. Just
buy yourself a status.
No, there's donations and then there's Player of the Week donations.
Yeah.
We don't tell what that number is because we want you guessing.
Yeah. No, he didn't want anything in return. He just likes the show and wants to help out and show his generosity. So that was very, very cool.
Okay, so yes, and I know the Brent cam is crashing. It just can't handle what happens on this end of the lens. Anyway, so we got an awesome bumper, which I'm guessing goes like this.
Yeah, something like that. And we're ready for surveillance.
Oh my
See,
God!
I think that was intentional
Eric,
because it changed pitches.
I did. That was better than the last one.
Yeah, it was.
Man.
We just killed that. All right, Brent's favorite part of the show, surveillance. We got an email here. This was sent to us by Foos. And this is community-made hats. This is a facepunch.com thread. And this appeared long before the official Valve hats came out. And this is so many hats. There's a ton. I mean, you can scroll for days. There's hats. All of the graphics for the different hats and stuff are here, and they look really cool. There's some really imaginative hats, very funny, very silly.
I like the Demoman pirate hat. It goes with the eye patch, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a stack of hats, a stack of top hats that the spy wears, like 3 or 4 hats. That one's really cool. there's an entire car as a hat.
Like the paper bag for the spy.
Paper bag is good. Anyway, you just have to see these things. It's incredible. This is probably a really old thread too because of the amount of contributors here. Now let's go to the next one. This is awesome. Johnny Napalm actually emailed us about this. This is on ubercharge.net. Those wacky people over there. This one is a post called Face Fortress, and this is really cool. This is a private screenshot of this is a Pyro's Facebook account, right? And his news stream here and his friends, it's hilarious. It's really funny. It probably doesn't sound funny because you're not looking at the picture, but
that's where I put links in the after show notes so you can go to the website and look at it and go there.
Yeah, so look at that and be amazed. There is also a piece of machinima. This was sent to us by SOS Brigade Chief, and this one's called Taste the Cake, and this is an awesome song. This is actually Portal machinima, but this is really funny. It's good. It's really a good song. Like I would listen to it outside of the machinima. But it is a music video, and you should definitely check it out. The tune will get stuck in your head. And for those here visiting our video thing,
are you going to try to play a video again on your computer that's going to be weak and
well,
blow
I
up?
don't know. Should I try it?
Yeah, try it one more time.
This will be edited out of the audio version, but I can give those.
Why
here
edit it out? They
treat.
can hear the audio. It's a good song.
Yeah, it is a very good song, and it goes a little something like this.
Who's there? Is anyone there? I see you.
Shell rises from stasis inside of a glass box. She isn't greeted by faces, only concrete and clocks. That's when she first hears GLaDOS, computer that talks. She's told to leave the little room, but has no shoes and no socks. She the voice sounded center and followed all its advice. But when she starts tasting blood, she started thinking twice. It was the first time that she used a handheld portal device. She put some holes in the walls and the ceiling, then the floors. It was a weapon to create interdimensional doors. Till the test kept getting harder and she needed a break. That's when the voice began to barter with the promise of take.
Cut the cake.
GLaDOS had a wicked habit of enhancing the truth. Expect to get to see any proof. She had a sneaking suspicion that the cake was a spoof. Yet she continued with her mission on account of her sweet tooth. Pre-test to finish, she was nearing the end. She met companion Cube and they became the best of friends. But as with anything good, this thing was too good to last. She had to her spirit was far too strong to break. She had completed all the tests and never made a mistake. Her mouth began to water, her hands started to shake. Farther, she could almost taste the cake.
Didn't we have some fun?
Yes, we did have some fun.
And my computer didn't have a good time playing the video, apparently.
Some being the key word there in that statement.
And I found out the star of that video is Male07. Thanks to Chicken Hunter, he let me know.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Chicken Hunter.
Male07 is the most popular model ever.
Yes, very, very awesome song. Like
So we got some other videos in here, but I'm assuming we're going to just put links to these.
Yes.
So we got two then. We got, or actually one's a song, but we got a video sent to us by Brig called Watch Your Step. A Spy Has Fun Tormenting an Ingie.
This is very funny.
So be sure to catch that one. How about this song? Do we have this to play, or?
We have a song.
Sent in by Silver Chaos. I got my friend Sinmax to make an overtime remix.
Oh, yeah. We'll play that at the end. At the end of the episode.
Okay,
yeah,
and guess where we are?
We're in the old outro here.
Yeah, we're at the end pretty much. So be sure to call us at 256-513-4772 and leave a message. I'm sure we'll listen to those at some point in our lifespan.
Messages. I think we like messages. Do we like messages?
Sure. And listen to all our other fine podcasts at deadworkers.com/network. Join us here live every Sunday, deadworkers.com/live. See how easy we make that? This is all you need to know. Deadworkers.com/ and then network live community. Those three will get you in tickets into everywhere you need to
be.
For free.
Sweet.
And of course, we have our own page at tf2wiki.net/wiki control point podcast with underscores in the proper places.
Woo! Now that's a show.
now are you releasing a announcement this week on your Twitter?
Yes.
So if you want to hear that, you need to join at twitter.com/Wes Wilson.
I forgot all about that last week.
He's going to make an announcement.
There's going to be a big announcement.
That's right, yeah.
And of course, I
think my big announcement this week was that I was playing Heroes of New Earth one night. That was my big announcement.
Oh, okay.
That's a biggie. Come on.
That's a huge one.
Why are you saying that now? Don't you want to make it next week?
Because, no, that was last week's big announcement.
Oh, but I thought I was the only one making one.
No, I told you I was going to make one, too.
Well, then I'm making one
this
week.
That was my joke. Well, okay.
So go to twitter.com/Brent Copeland to hear Brent's awesome announcement. You can check out mine is Nailhead, and I will not be announcing anything this week.
And he's got enough followers anyway.
Yeah. So I guess that'll about do it. Check out World of WoW. That is our WoW podcast. That is deadworkers.com/WoW. And that is geared back up. We've turned it back on. It is now active, blah, blah, blah. And we are going to be talking about BlizzCon 2009 this week. So go over there and check it out if you're interested.
Hey, Eric, can I show them something? For the people in the chat room? Can you see what I'm trying to show them?
Oh, wait. Are you trying to show them? Ah, nice. A little preview action. Yeah. And let's see here. Anything else? Anything else? I guess that's about it. So go forth and use the put your finger on the W key.
Press mouse 1. Press mouse 1.
You are now at the end of another episode of Control Point.
Victory.
Every one of you deserves a medal. A podcast brought to you by the Dead Workers Party. See the show notes and leave comments for this episode at controlpoint.deadworkers.com or leave us a voicemail at area code 256-513-4772.
Auf Wiedersehen!
That was terrible!
Horrendous!
I'm offended!
I'm appalled!
So what are we going to do?
Oh, what else? Email it to everybody we know!
Good idea.